Hello and welcome to the Switch Underground. My name is Danny. We're back with some more What Remains of Edith Finch after another rough one. But I think we're here in Edith's room now. And we're going to see what happened to her. I just dropped off my wife and son at Target. What happened that night? I mean, this is like when we left, right?
Maybe you should have come sooner.
Oh, this is my room.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
This is me. With my belly. How did it go down?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
A toast.
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it?
Ooh.
The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, Grand doesn't want to go. Oh, so I'm like baby Edith now.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Where's my present?
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The secret library entrance, dude.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The curse. The Finch family curse.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
The History of the Finches by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Ooh, exciting. Could this be a happy
That
one?
night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Wow.
God, it smelled awful.
I bet.
No, I've seen that house every day of my life.
But
I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
uh-oh.
I got turned around.
Stick by the rock, man.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
A stag.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Forgot
But
about
when I
beds?
saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Oh, good.
Or maybe I came back to them.
So this is what they call the old house, huh? So right now I'm Edie.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Hey, Mom.
I kicked and screamed.
Turd.
Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bye, Edie.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but
She was gone.
was already gone.
Was she dead, or did she just disappear?
After that, we moved around a lot.
Man, you guys remember doing this as a kid? I just taught my son to do this a little while ago. He was so happy that the wind would like push against him like that.
A few years went by.
Oh. Shake it around, dude. Make it go this
My
way.
mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Uh-oh.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Oh.
And then I was alone.
Just me.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
The offspring.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
True.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
But it's
Now
really
I
for
hope
me.
you'll never see it.
Oh my god.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Am I crawling out of the vagine?
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Am I being born?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What? I died? Oh man. I was the last Finch. For Shirley Dallas. That must have been his mom, huh? And all these kid pictures. Huh. That's great. I don't think any Karens these days would let their kids get bathed in the sink like that, but man, it's classic. This was a really cool experience. It's almost like they got a group of guys together and they were, people, doesn't have to be all dudes, but they were like, look, tell your story, man. Just tell it, just part of it. Something that resonated with you about someone you knew or even yourself. And let's put all these ideas in a pot and we're going to build a family. And we're not just going to build a family that's a company. We're going to tell our story in a way that has never been told before. Through a video game. We're going to take all of our talents together and we're going to help each other tell the story of our family. Wow, there's so many people that worked on this. Amazing. You know, it's funny, like in high school when you're a senior, a lot of times the senior yearbook will solicit pictures from when you were a baby or a toddler to show the contrast of where you were when life started, when you were born, and then when your life started as an adult out of education. I always loved that. And this game is just an experience, man, right down to these ending credits. So good. It's not long. It's a couple hours. You can knock it out in an afternoon or in the time it takes you to watch one of the Lord of the Rings movies. But it's totally worth it. It like hits so many different parts of existence and family dynamics, mental health in general. I mean, I'm trying to think of any part of humanity that they didn't touch on. There's like none. And it's told in a way that no matter who plays this game, you can identify with something, which is what you need. Well, it's what I need in my entertainment experiences. I have to be able to put myself to some degree in the position of the player, the character, the hero, someone in the story. It has to be, oh, that's me. And if I don't get that, then I'm not engaged. Sweetie crisps. Hey, there they are. So did they just get together, make this game, and then disband? God, can you imagine like the team playing this game together, watching these credits for the first time? Did I get everybody? Yeah, I did. The replay story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Wow. So why would you replay it? Like, what's the point? To just go through it again? Man, who was our favorite? They were all pretty depressing, huh? I'm good. I mean, I think this is closure. I don't feel a need to go back. I don't think there's anything that I really missed. I looked around. You walk slow enough that you'll miss nothing. Was Molly? No, Barbara was the comic book one. That was probably my favorite. So creative. Barbara and Milton's story are probably the best. Was it Milton? Yeah, Milton. Milton was the, no, Lewis, I'm sorry. Lewis and Barbara were my favorites, hands down. Anyway, I don't think we gotta drag it out. This has been What Remains of Edith Finch, and it's heartstrings the whole time. I've teared up more in this game than any in a while. And I don't think there's anything left to say. I mean, there's always something left to say. But really, how long can you expect a person to sit here, stare at the screen, and listen to your voice? I don't know. I mean, you build these content things and you try to capture people's attention. There's always this great thing that I hear sometimes where, you know, people talk about 15 minutes of fame, but it's like, if you could give one message to the world that everyone would hear, what would it be? And it's the same message that I give at every ending to all hundreds of these videos that I've done. Be good to each other. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.